What am I looking forward to doing post-pandemic? And what have I learned during the pandemic? First off, I don't see a sudden transition into a post-pandemic world. But as we ease back into a post-pandemic life, I am so very much looking forward to all of us coming together again as a group in our place, our sanctuary, our church, our together again. Oh, we'll be wearing masks, I'm sure, and maybe not social distancing. Maybe we'll be out in the garden together or out in the parking lot. Who knows? The important thing is that we will be together again with all the sideward glances, the stiffness from sitting, the passing of gas, and other glorious aspects of our physical presence together. It is important. This is an activity that binds us together. With my wife, Susan, I have spent many a Sunday morning poring over the gallery view of all of you in Zoom. Look, Susan, there's Toby. Or hey, Susan, this couple here, didn't we have dinner with them last year? Many of us over the years have grown to include each other in our inner circle of friends. It is this repetition of sharing our Sunday mornings together and all the other shared time together that comes from our projects, dinners, and other activities at Northwoods that makes this possible. New friends are both important and more difficult to make as adults. I have learned during this pandemic that I also miss the outer circle of casual acquaintances in my life. You see, I like to say that I've never met a stranger. And for the most part, it's true. 20 years of work doing technical support, troubleshooting issues, making side conversations while doing so just to distract the person at the other end of the phone from their problem. Striving to make a personal connection so that they realize that it takes both of us to solve their issue. Trying to gently ask questions about their work because many times the issue they call about is not actually the issue they need to solve. All of this added up to countless casual relationships that were many times repetitive in nature. Riding the same bus to work and back each day, I made many of these same type of casual acquaintances. There was the African-American lady who I spoke with whenever our paths crossed. She needed 3 different buses to get to work cleaning offices on the other side of the city each day. I remember describing and then playing the SLN skit with David Chappelle after the election in 2016 for her. The one where Chappelle and his buddies reassure the others in the skit that based on 200 years of African-American history, that they had nothing to worry about. And she got a big kick out of it. But I tell you, what I'll never forget is that afterwards, she described how her high school history class made her and her classmates so very angry at how her parents and grandparents were treated. There were literally dozens of people with whom I had many casual conversations with on my commute, and countless more nodding heads acknowledging our shared commute. The lady at the bus stop downtown who works in City Hall, the lady who made it her purpose in life to beautify a small section of Buffalo Bayou. She planted flowers and tended them in a place where flowers and shrubs would never have been found amongst all that concrete if it hadn't been for her. Most of my coworkers were in this outer circle as well. Sort of like riding the bus, we came together with a common purpose and destination each day for years. Like at Northwoods, the repetition of activity led some of us to become close. But for the most part, at the end of the day, we went our separate ways to many different parts of the city, most very distant from the north side where Susan and I live. Apparently, having been laid off last year, I'm facing retirement. I don't think many of these casual relationships will ever be back in my life. I won't be riding the bus again. I won't be working at that company again. It's a fair question to ask if I'll ever be working again at all. It's a lot to get used to. And frankly, I have some small amount of grief over the loss of my pre-pandemic life. But the one enduring set of connections that I do have outside of my family is my connections to Northwoods and to all of you. I'm looking forward to non-virtual hugs, handshakes, smiles, and nod heads from each of you in our future, post-pandemic.